From the Marcy Projects in Brooklyn, a place where dreams often die before they're born, a young man named Shawn Carter started to write his own story. He wasn't just writing rhymes. He was drafting a blueprint for an empire. Today we know him as Jay-Z, a name synonymous with hip-hop royalty and a business mogul who turned his life struggles into a billion-dollar success. But how did he do it? How did a kid from the projects, surrounded by poverty and danger, build one of the most incredible legacies in modern history? This isn't just a story about music. It's a masterclass in hustle, vision, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Growing up in the 1970s and 80s, young Shawn's world was tough. His father left when he was just 11, a painful event that fueled a lot of the anger and ambition we'd later hear in his music. The streets offered a fast, dangerous path to making money, and for a time he walked that path. He saw the allure of the hustle, but he also saw its dead end. Even then, something else was calling to him: words. He filled notebooks with rhymes, observing the world around him with a sharp, poetic eye. His friend Jazzo, an older rapper, saw his talent and took him under his wing, giving him the nickname Jay-Z. This was the first spark, the moment a street hustler started to see a different future, one built on beats and rhymes instead of bricks and corners. The early 90s were a grind. Jay-Z had the skills, a mesmerizing, rapid-fire flow that left other rappers in the dust. He appeared on songs with Jazzo and even battled LL Cool J, but the big record deal never came. Every major label turned him down. They didn't see the vision. They heard a rapper from Brooklyn, but they didn't see the future CEO, the brand builder, the cultural icon. Rejection can break a person, or it can build them. For Jay-Z, every no was just more fuel for the fire. He realized that if the industry wouldn't give him a seat at the table, he would have to build his own damn table. So, in 1995, alongside his partners Damon Dash and Kareem Biggs Burke, he did something radical. They scraped together their own money and founded Roc-A-Fella Records. This wasn't just a label. It was a declaration of independence. They weren't asking for permission anymore. Their first release was Jay-Z's debut album, Reasonable Doubt. It wasn't an instant commercial blockbuster, but it was a masterpiece. Critically acclaimed, it showcased Jay-Z's intricate storytelling and laid-back confidence. He wasn't just rapping about the streets. He was painting cinematic pictures, balancing the glamour with the grit, the ambition with the paranoia. Reasonable Doubt was his resume, proving he was a lyrical genius and a savvy entrepreneur who understood his own worth. With Roc-A-Fella established, Jay-Z didn't just stay in the recording booth. He started thinking bigger. He saw how artists were often just products for their labels, with little control or ownership. He wanted to change that. He and Dame Dash expanded the Roc-A-Fella brand into Rocawear, a clothing line. At first, people laughed. Rappers selling clothes? But Rocawear tapped directly into the culture. It was authentic. It was what the fans wanted to wear because it represented the same hustle and success Jay-Z rhymed about. The clothing line exploded, generating hundreds of millions in revenue. This was a pivotal moment. Jay-Z proved that his brand was more than just music. It was a lifestyle. He was no longer just an artist. He was the CEO of his own culture. As the new millennium dawned, Jay-Z's musical career hit overdrive. He released a string of multi-platinum albums like The Blueprint and The Black Album, each one cementing his status as the undisputed king of hip-hop. He wasn't just making hit songs. He was setting trends and defining the sound of an era. But even at the height of his fame, he kept his business mind sharp. In 2004, he made a move that shocked everyone. He accepted the position of president and CEO of Def Jam Recordings, the very same type of major label that had once rejected him. Now, he was running the show. From the inside, he signed and developed huge artists like Rihanna and Neo, proving his ear for talent was just as good as his business acumen. He wasn't just playing the game. He was changing the rules. But the biggest power move was yet to come. In 2007, he sold the rights to the Rocawear brand for a staggering $204 million. He then left his position at Def Jam and, in 2008, founded a new company, Roc Nation. This was the ultimate evolution of his vision. Roc Nation wasn't just a record label. It was a full-service entertainment company, handling music, publishing, touring, film, and, crucially, sports management. He was building an empire that would touch every corner of the entertainment world. He understood that true power wasn't just about being the star. It was about owning the stage, the lights, and the entire theater. Over the next decade, Jay-Z's portfolio expanded in ways no one could have predicted. He launched the streaming service Tidal, championing artist ownership in a digital world. He invested in everything from a fine art collection and real estate to startups like Uber and a high-end champagne brand, Armand de Brignac. Each investment was strategic, reflecting his philosophy of owning what you create and investing in quality and excellence. He wasn't just making money. He was building generational wealth. He rapped, "I'm not a businessman. I'm a businessman," and he lived it. His every move was calculated, turning his cultural influence into tangible, long-lasting assets. In 2019, Forbes officially named him hip-hop's first billionaire. The kid from Marcy Projects had reached a summit few ever dream of. But the number itself is almost secondary to the journey. Jay-Z's story is a powerful lesson in self-belief. He saw his own value when no one else did. It's a lesson in ownership. He refused to be just a pawn in someone else's game and built his own kingdom instead. And it's a lesson in evolution. He never stopped learning, never stopped growing, transitioning from a rapper to a CEO, from a businessman to a diversified investor and cultural philanthropist. Shawn Carter's life proves that your circumstances don't have to define your destination. Through sheer will, incredible talent, and a brilliant business mind, he transformed himself from a young hustler trying to survive into Jay-Z, a global icon who owns his narrative. His legacy isn't just in his platinum plaques or his bank account. It's in the blueprint he laid out for others to follow. A blueprint that shows how to turn art into enterprise and struggle into a billion-dollar triumph.